Now, the prime suspect in a shooting incident at a hotel in Kumasi that led to the death of a restaurant operator is expected to make his maiden appearance in court today. Edwin Ewuku, who is 42, said to be a driver of the Bank of Ghana, will appear before the Asqua District Court for the first time since his arrest on January 1 this year. The suspect is said to have shot Comfort Owusu-Friye, who is 46 and now deceased, at close range in the chest few hours after the two checked into the Cedar Crescent Hotel at Denyami on New Year's Day. Wife of Ewuku, Belinda Ewuku, is a subject of police investigations after she is said to have collaborated with her husband to cover up the crime. Ohim Interior of our security desk is on the beat, now joins me on the phone from court. Hello, Ohiming. Ohiming, if you do hear me, tell us what has become of the case in court today.
Yes, I do hear you. The suspect, Edwin Ewuku, standing trial before the Asqua District Court, has been remanded into police custody to reappear on 24th of January 2020. The details of the case, according to prosecution, on 1st January 2020, Edwin Ewuku, a driver with the Bank of Ghana, picked his girlfriend, Comfort Owusu-Friye, also known as Mamiya, from Asafo in Kumasi for an outing. So the two first visited a Plus 2 pub in Kumasi, where they enjoyed themselves, and later lodging at the Cedar Crescent Hotel at Denyami. And according to a police prosecution, the two traveled on the accused person's Honda Accord saloon car with registration GW 103519. Whilst at the hotel, the two went out again, and they came out to buy meat and drinks. They later went back to the hotel where the accused person picked a gun that he went to the hotel in his bag and shot the deceased at close range in the chest. The wife of Ewuku, Belinda Ewuku, was not able to appear in court, or did not appear in court. So prosecution, led by Chief Superintendent Adani Amiya Nyamiche, pleaded with the court to issue a bench warrant for her arrest, and the court granted that one. So the court has issued a bench warrant for the arrest of the wife of Edwin Ewuku, Belinda Ewuku, who is said to be a trader. I spoke to Chief Superintendent Adani Amiya for some clarification on why police will call for a bench warrant for the arrest of a suspect that they themselves granted bail to. And he says, yes, they granted bail to the accused person with the two shorties. So when they asked the shorties to produce her, they couldn't produce her with the explanation that the accused person has traveled outside Kumasi to Accra. So police believe that per her current status, she shouldn't have traveled outside the jurisdiction of the police without giving prior notice to the police. So that called for the bench warrant. The lawyers for Edwin Ewuku is surprised that only one lawyer represented Edwin Ewuku, but the wife had no legal representation. A lawyer for Edwin Ewuku, Chumberima, pleaded with the court to grant the accused person bail, arguing on the fact that the accused person sustained some injuries in the arms. But her worship, Rosemary Ansa, who sat as the magistrate at the court, remanded the accused to reappear on 24th of January.
Okay, let's tease this out a little while. Now, does the prosecution provide any explanation for how he decided to shoot this woman, the deceased, as it claims?
For now, no explanation has been given, just that police said upon return from outside, when they entered the hotel for the second time, after they've gone out to buy meat and drinks, the suspect or the accused person picked the pistol pistol from his bag that he went into the hotel with and picked the pistol and then shot at the deceased. For now, we haven't been told as to what led to the shooting. Was it a deliberate attempt? Whether there were confrontations, whether there were also, they had some
Any
sort
scuffle?
of discussions or heated arguments or debates. Nobody can tell now.
Okay.
But I can't report that per the court documents, the court described Edwin Awuku as a chief driver with the Bank of Ghana in Kumasi, and then Belinda Awuku, a trader. So the two are facing murder charges contrary to Section 46 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960. And then, according to police, Edwin Awuku, the chief driver, on 2nd day of January 2020 at Cedar Crescent Hotel in Ashanti region, shot the deceased Comfort Owusu-Fiye, that police or prosecution described as a girlfriend to the accused person.
Now, let's talk about the police also, the prosecutor also talks about an injury on the suspect's arm. Do they further explain how he got that injury?
Like I said, today was a maiden court appearance. So for Edwin Awuku, for instance, his plea was not even taken. So not much was said about how the suspect sustained that injury, but just that the details or the facts of the case was read in court. And after that, the prosecution argued as to why the accused person should be remanded into police custody to allow police more time to investigate while police await an advice from the Attorney General's Department. And then the lawyer also came in to argue that asking for a bill for his client, but just that the court wouldn't listen to the arguments of the lawyer saying that he should be remanded into police custody. So much has not been given, but I hope that as the case travels for hearing, more details will come out. Now we know that the accused person is a chief driver at the Bank of Ghana with in Kumasi. Now we also know that the deceased was the girlfriend of the accused, and now we also know that the two traveled in the Honda Accord vehicle of the accused. The accused later went home to hide the pistol that he used and the mobile phone of the deceased at the back of a high-sense fridge in the kitchen. So it was later that the police went in to retrieve documents and also the mobile phone and the pistol. So more details are coming out, and I hope that going forward, we will get more details from the court. Gifting.
Things before you go. Now, I want to find out his demeanor when he came to court, and I also want to find out how contrary the prosecution's reports is to what the family says. The family indicated earlier on that the woman had nothing to do with this man and that this was the first time they had gone out, etc. But the prosecution seemed to have a different story.
Yes, Mr. Edwin Awuku appeared in court over donning a black khaki over a white and blue striped Lacoste and slippers. Throughout his stay in the courtroom, he kept his head down. He couldn't, most of the time, his head was down. On a few occasions that he raised his head, at a point, he took a glimpse of the people who had gathered in court, mainly relatives of the late Comfort Owusu-Fiye. He also appeared in bandage with one of his, I think that's the left arm in bandage. And then at a point in the courtroom, the relatives had, made some gestures suggesting that they would deal with him at a point in time. And all this, he didn't make any gesture to suggest he's against whatever they were doing. And so after the court hearing, he was taken out of the court room through a back door. And when journalists tried to capture his face, he used a handkerchief that he pulled from his pocket to cover his face to prevent journalists from capturing his real face, as some put it. So, yes, in the courtroom, he was calm, kept his cool, and kept his head down throughout proceedings on a few occasions. Even when he was called to appear in the box, he didn't even respond for the court officials to beckon on him to respond, yes, madam, in court. So I must say that he's been very calm throughout court proceedings today.
Very well. Ohiming Teria, thank you very much for that update. Ohiming Teria is on our security desk. Ohiming has been following up on that case. Now we know that the suspects have been charged with murder. The suspect and his wife, who police say attempted to cover up on this crime, have been charged with suspect. His wife, by the way, is here in Accra, we are told, even though she was suspected in court today. An arrest warrant has been issued on her head, and the police will subsequently be looking to arrest her.